What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Adult. It's hump day, boy. All right, man, look. Where you at? There you are. All right, man, look. I received a DM from one of our show business partners. He asked me if I still believe that Deontay Wilder, to this day, ducked Anthony Joshua. He ducked that DAZN deal. I get the question. What he's saying is, in hindsight now, where we stand now, that Anthony Joshua was knocked out by Andy Ruiz Jr. Looking back in hindsight, was Deontay Wilder right? Or did Deontay Wilder duck Anthony Joshua? Do I still feel this way? Because we all know that I said Deontay Wilder ducked him. When I saw the deal, when I saw the $120-something million, right? So it was going to be $20 million for Brazil and 2 fights with AJ for $50 million, as long as all of the fights were on DAZN. I thought he ducked him. Coffee. I want to say a few things first. One, we all know this is a very sensitive subject, okay? People get emotionally invested themselves into these two guys. You got people from the UK angry at people from America angry at people from the UK. You even have people bringing up race when they're both black, okay? So I just want to say, hear me out before you rage in the comments. All right. Here's what we know, okay? The reason why Deontay Wilder decided to fight Brazil on Showtime and didn't take the DAZN deal was due to loyalty. That was the big thing. Remember that press conference? Loyalty. He's loyal to Showtime. Showtime has done so much for Deontay Wilder, It's loyalty, that's why. And they wanted to know more details about the contract, like how much is AJ getting paid? It makes no sense. If you're going to give me $50 million, well, how much is AJ going to get? So those were the two reasons. Now, as of right now, we can throw the loyalty thing right out the window because he fought Brazil on Showtime. Deontay Wilder did. His next fight is on Fox. It's not on Showtime. So that was a lie, okay? So as of right now, just from that right there, it's enough to question the whole thing. There was some ducking going on. That's how you initially feel. Now, follow that up with Deontay Wilder wanted to know more details about the contract. That has legitimacy, okay? In hindsight now, this is why that carries weight. That carries weight because Deontay Wilder knocks out Brazil. So let's say Deontay Wilder takes that DAZN deal. He knocks out Brazil on DAZN. Everybody loses their minds. They can't wait for AJ versus Deontay Wilder. AJ still had to fight Andy Ruiz, right? He had the big Baby Miller fight. That fell through. Andy Ruiz was going to happen. After Deontay Wilder knocking out Brazil in the fashion that he did, AJ was still going to feel that he had to compete against that knockout. He was going to rush his knockout against Andy Ruiz, causing that defeat that he received. So AJ would have lost. So on DAZN, Deontay Wilder beats Brazil. Anthony Joshua gets knocked out by Andy Ruiz. What happens with the contract? Think about what happens with the contract now. He still signed the contract to have 2 fights with AJ. Now, does that discourages Deontay Wilder being able to become undisputed and now saying, look, we're going to fight Andy Ruiz now to become undisputed. Could he have done that if he signed that DAZN deal? That package, was it Brazil on DAZN? Of course, AJ wins his fight, then it's AJ. Or was it stipulations? If AJ lose, if Deontay Wilder lose, is he still stuck on DAZN? Is he still married to DAZN? What happens? Can he not fight Andy Ruiz now to become undisputed? What happens with Tyson Fury? Does he not have the leverage and movement to be able to do whatever he wants? So I want to say this in hindsight. And look, you can miss me with who ducked who first. I'm not into that. If someone ducks someone and their response is to duck them back, I don't see that as gangster, okay? So, as of right now, looking at it in hindsight, Deontay Wilder had a very fugazi reason for not taking that DAZN tip, or his team did. Don't forget, Deontay Wilder was put on hush in that press conference. He couldn't really talk much. Management, Finkel was talking for him, stuff like that. But their reason was loyalty. That's fugazi, okay? So now there's a huge question mark. We know that's fugazi because he's fighting Ortiz on Fox. Only had one fight against Brazil on Showtime. Loyalty, that wasn't a reason. Now, the contract, the stipulations, the ins and outs, the details in the contract, we can't question. I think our show business partner who reached out to me and said, now looking back, how do you feel about it? We can't question, because would he have been stuck with DAZN? Would he not be able to have right now, Deontay Wilder is already contemplating and trying to come up with a way of becoming undisputed and taking on the winner between Andy Ruiz and AJ, right? Instead of, Tyson Fury. So he's already thinking about that. Another thing, the DAZN deal. Now, AJ would have fought Big Baby Miller anyway, right? So I know there's many of you that say, hey, man, I know Deontay Wilder wish he would have knocked out AJ instead of Andy Ruiz. As far as that deal goes, though, AJ was going to have his fight with Andy Ruiz because Deontay Wilder is fighting Brazil. So our show business partner is right from that question, from that standpoint. As of right now, AJ would have lost. Deontay Wilder would have been stuck. He didn't say all this, but I'm just thinking to myself, Deontay Wilder would have been stuck with DAZN. I'm assuming, I don't know. So I'm feeling this way, all in all, to round things out. Like I said, there's many different ways to look at a situation. You can't look at everything black and white. I think the initial response was a duck. And you don't always duck because you're afraid of someone. Like I said, Tyson Fury, he ducked Deontay Wilder rematch, but he ducked for the bucks. He didn't duck because he was afraid of Deontay Wilder. He ducked because of that Top Rank deal, okay? He wanted more money. He liked that big deal, and he's been pampered since. He has the Valine fight. He has your boy Amanda Schwartz be with you. He has that fight. So he's getting the money, and he's able to, get quote unquote easier fights because that Otto Valine may have messed him up, permanently. We'll see. But he ducked for the bucks. Deontay Wilder, I don't think he's afraid of AJ, but he ducked for whatever reason. But in hindsight, Deontay Wilder's in a better spot. I think he's in a better spot that he didn't take the DAZN deal, as far as we just don't know how cuffed he would have been to that contract. Money-wise, tougher spot, but I don't count people's money like that. I'm just saying, as far as the stipulations in the contract, we don't know the ins and outs. If he would have been bound to some kind of, you have to fight your next 2 fights on DAZN regardless, or you have to fight, you can't fight Andy Ruiz, and you have to fight Anthony Joshua. We don't know the stipulations. Until we know the ins and outs of the contract, as of right now, Deontay Wilder seems to have his freedom to fight whomever, whenever, wherever, as long as they come up with an agreement. So in hindsight, he ducked him, but he came out maybe better. He may have came out better. May have gotten out of it a little bit better. But money-wise, that was a lot of money he left on the table. ShowBizz, dope. I'm out.